It's not a car, it's an experience, honey. So this is Karma Cars.
Yes, tell me about it.
The idea came to me when I was meditating in the Himalayas some years back. And I thought it's about time I brought back a little bit of magic, Indian magic, to London, which is like sometimes it's very dull and boring. So I had this idea, you know, and I started with one car. I bought an old cream color Ambassador for like £1,750. And then I decided to put a Ganesh on the dashboard, like the Ganesh here. And then slowly people say, oh, let me do a little bit of decoration in your car, let me put some flowers on your car. So the idea was germinated in India. And it's very funny. We drive the F people. F means film, fashion, food, funny, funky, and foxy. And these are the people we drive. And we do about 60% weddings. Everybody loves the cars, they flip out. This car is the new car called the Mirage. All the cars have 300 flowers on the bumpers. This car here has a mother of pearl and mirrored and Japanese pebble ceiling. And it was done in Paris and Barcelona for me. We commissioned this artist who did it for us. And my wife, who's a fashion designer, who makes hats, she designs all the cars, all the themes for the cars. So this one is the Mirage, and then we have the Shish Mahal, which also has a mirrored mosaic ceiling, which is orange color. And then Monsoon Wedding, which is the original cream. It was actually the first Ambassador ever imported to England. It was flown over on a plane and from India, and it was the prototype. And then I have Bollywood one, which is all the images from the Indian movies, the posters screened onto fabric. And what's the last one? We have Ab Fab Cab, which is pink, and it's just fabulous. So we call it Ab Fab Cab. And that's my fleet, the 5 cars. But I've retired Bollywood and I've retired Monsoon Wedding. And now I have the Shish Mahal, which is orange, the Mirage, which is white, and Ab Fab Cab, which is pink. And that's my business. We do a lot of weddings. We do a lot of launches for new businesses. We do events. And we drive people for like 1 hour minimum. Our rates go from £50 an hour to £100 an hour. £50 an hour for regular work, £100 an hour for filming, weddings, and special events.
I'm curious to know, Tobias.
Yeah.
This is absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
What did it involve in getting these cars roadworthy in England?
Oh my God, that's a big question. A new car from India, a new Ambassador, has to be approved and has to conform with European specifications. Now, although they've really made great advances on the classic, which this is the classic Ambassador, the Ambassador Classic. Although they've made great advances on it, it still doesn't conform to European requirements. So when we imported the cars, we had to go to the government agency and get an MOT, a certificate of roadworthiness. And unfortunately, on both occasions, with both the cars, it took the first car it took 3 tests, and the second car it took 4 tests to get it approved. That was a time factor, and also a lot of money was involved with engineers who had to. They failed on about 20 points, and although they were quite small, cumulatively it involved a lot of time, and a lot of energy, and a lot of money. You still filming?
Yes, I am.
Next time, I won't import them. I'll let someone else who I know is import them, and I'll buy them off from here. It's easier for me.
I believe this Ambassador used to be the Morris Oxford.
Yeah.
Is that prototype still remembered enough in England, or is it so forgotten that this seems completely exotic and alien to people?
No. People from that period. I mean, anyone who's like 50 years of age. These girls, they love it. 55 years of age, 60 years of age or over, they remember the Morris Oxford. So although they're not sure, when they see this car here, they go, "Oh, isn't this the Morris Isis or the Morris something?" I go, "Yeah, it's the Morris Oxford."
When you were in India meditating and this idea came to you,
Yeah.
you thought of the ambassador made in Calcutta, not the Premier made in Bombay, following a Fiat prototype, some of the other models.
Yeah.
This one appealed to you in particular. Why?
Just when people, travelers who've been to India, colonialists, the remnants of the British Empire, the old timers, they have who stayed on just a little bit longer, you know, after the India got its independence, know the ambassador. The Fiat's nothing. The little car's nothing. I mean, this is a roomy. It's a very spacious, roomy car. Every person who's been to India the last 40 years has a story to tell you about how they used to go to school in this car, how their parents used to have one of these cars, how they made love in this car, whatever. Everyone has a story to tell, or how they went through Jaipur or Rajasthan in one of these cars from Delhi, and they have a story to tell. It's a story in itself. Yeah, me, I'm the opposite to you. I was born in Oxford. I was raised in England. I hitchhiked to India in the 60s. You know, when it was possible. I hitchhiked from Munich to India, and I went right way around India, then up to Nepal to Kathmandu. And I did that twice. I hitchhiked to India, and I've been to India, I don't know. I have no idea how many times I've been to India. Maybe 40, 50 times. India has so many beautiful places. But I do like the lower Himalayas very much. And I do like Goa very much because I've been going there and living there since the 60s. And I do love your birthplace, Calcutta. Hello, Calcutta. I do love Calcutta. I mean, if you go to India with these preconceived ideas, or these ideas that there's poverty there, and there's beggars there, and you're going to get sick, then you're going to have a lousy time in India. I must say, recently I'm not so crazy about the cities. I used to be crazy. I used to love the cities in India. But now it's, I think as we age, we can't take the noise and pollution so much. We want to be a bit away from that. But I used to love the bazaars in Bombay. I used to like going to all the silver bazaars, the second-hand clothes bazaar, the chore bazaar, the thieves market. Now I prefer more to be in Shanti. It's very quiet, very peaceful. I prefer that. I love the mix in India. I don't know. I mean, you know, in a way, India's quite tolerant, except when they, you know, Indians have this ability. I think, unlike in the West, they're very, you know, in the West we have controlled violence. You know, like it could be very. Everyone, we have armies, and everyone is very. You know, in Britain they had this. The way they had their army set up, the empire set up, they got people from a certain class to be in the army, to be the officers, and a certain other class to be the fighters, yeah? And then when they gave the word go, these guys were like dogs, so they just went and they did what they had to do. In India, it's the opposite. In India, everyone is very quiet, very peaceful, very shanty, and then there's one spark, a big go. They start killing each other, you know, from different religions, you know, but they live next to each other as neighbors. Peace and love. Taxi named Desire, Karma cab goes to Paris. The Shish Mahal. I think that's the Notre Dame.
Yes, it is.
Notre Dame. It's on the banks of the River Seine, and we're there for Fashion Week.
Which car is that one?
That's the Shish Mahal.
Oh, that's the one you've painted orange.
Yeah, we painted orange. Because the actual, it looks great on the image here, but the bodywork was really bad. And I had to do something. And I thought I had the colour of like sardus and spiritual, the colour of the robes of monks. There's the picture to prove it. Karma cab goes to Paris. Voila karma. It's the Arc de Triomphe, and that was the 3 cars we took there.
Magnifique.
Magnifique. And there's my friend Ganesh.
Do you like Ganesh in particular?
Well, Ganesh is, we have to have Ganesh in our cars because Ganesh removes all the obstacles, so it's mandatory. And there's our friend Shiva.
And what role does he perform?
Shiva was the father of Ganesh, yeah?
Yes.
Shiva was the father of Ganesh. So I don't know what role Shiva plays, but he looks good, no?
Yes.
Looks good. And not only that, what we do is in our cars, we all do lots of things. I'll show you what we do. Because when you're in your cars, you tend to get lost. So getting lost is all part of the journey. And so that's part of our philosophies. Getting lost is all part of the journey. And there's one of our gurus. We don't know who it is, but I tell everyone it's me before I came to London to do karma cabs. See, our philosophy is based on the Taoist belief that the journey is more important than the arrival. Which Shakespeare says the same thing, eat, drink and be merry, tomorrow you may die. So let us enjoy the now, let us enjoy the journey, not always thinking about our destination, where we're going. So when people take a karma cab, this is a big part of their evening or their day. And I get letters or emails from people saying, you know, the karma cab was the best part of our wedding or best part of our evening. So that's our philosophy.
Well, Tobias,
Yeah.
one of the reports I read about you
Yeah.
actually said that you check people's karma
Yeah,
on
we
the
do.
phone, and if
Yeah.
they ask you the wrong questions, you just tell them it's not for them.
Yeah, it's not for us. We do a karma check.
So I passed that check, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a DNA, you know? But it's a karma DNA. And if we're not happy, if I'm not happy with the way a person asks about the taxi service, the service we give, then I don't drive them. I say we're not for you. I don't want to drive people I'm not comfortable with. This car is like my house, my living room. And in your house, you invite people into your house who you want them to share with you. Likewise, I invite people into this car who I want them to be with me, so I can give them what I have to offer in terms of love, in terms of knowledge, in terms of peace. So I don't want to invite people in the car who I'm not comfortable with. It's like a minor kind of thing, in particularly certain areas of London, you know. People whisper, "Look, there's karma cabs," you know. It's like, "Look, there's Batman on." I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a taxi fleet. This is supposed to be funny, and it's a way whereby it's like a vehicle for me to express myself, who I am, what I am, and how my life. What you start off wanting to do, and what it turns out is always another story in life. You know, it's not written in concrete.
Is that in line with your philosophy as well?
I don't know. I think so. I just want to be happy and peaceful. And I found a woman. I got married at 57, first time in my life, man.
And I was about to ask.
Yeah.
So Mrs. Karma is very supportive of all this.
Yeah, she's. We met in Goa, 1970 something. I don't know, 76, 77. And we knew each other for 25 years. Or 24 years as friends, and then we got together. That we've had the last 20 years. She's a fashion designer. She's very supportive of Karma Cab. She loves it.
And you said she had a hand in all the design work.
She does all the. She did all this interior except the ceiling. and she drives. Occasionally she drives. If I'm short of a driver, she drives. Okay. So besides getting lost is all part of the journey, part of our philosophy is you can't hurry Krishna. So we have our own pace, our own time and our own style and mode of traveling. And also part of our story is as you go, you pray. So it's pray as you go. So pray as you go, getting lost is all part of the journey, and you can't hurry Krishna. There you go. And here's our calendars. Om, one of the 100 meanings of Om is welcome to the God. And here's the Ganesh, Shiva, and Parvati, and Nandi the bull. Voila. Hi, can I help you?